Hey there, my fishing friends. Your go-to angler is back with another detailed forecast to help you make the most of your time on the water. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a truly special day. Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Why is it special, you ask? Because this day, right here, in the vast and beautiful landscapes of Canada, is setting up to be an absolute powerhouse for late-season action. Get ready, because I'm going to share all the secrets, where to go and what to use, so you can make the most of what could be a truly memorable day on the water. We're looking at a sweet spot where cooling waters ignite a pre-spawn feeding frenzy, despite some mixed weather. Let's talk tactics, my friends, because this time of year certain species really light up. Based on the data, late September is prime pre-spawn season for many, meaning aggressive feeding is definitely on the menu. First up, Lake Trout. As the waters cool, especially in the deeper northern lakes, these magnificent fish really start to turn on. You'll want to target them in depths where the water temperature is around or below 10 degrees Celsius. Think deep main lake points, sunken islands, and along pronounced drop-offs. For tackle, heavy jigging spoons, large tube jigs, or big soft plastic jerkbaits worked near the bottom will provoke those aggressive strikes. Remember, they're bulking up for winter. Next, northern pike. Fall is an excellent time for trophy pike as they react strongly to these fluctuating water temperatures. Look for them in areas with fresh, green vegetation, especially along weed lines and in bays that still offer cover and ambush points. Forget the browning weeds. The healthy stuff is where the bait fish are and where the pike will be waiting. Large inline spinners, swim baits, or even big jerkbaits are fantastic choices to entice these toothy predators. Don't be shy with the size, they're hungry. For those of you near the Great Lakes or other salmon rivers, salmon are a must target. Late September is smack dab in the middle of the salmon run, with Chinook, Atlantic, and coho salmon migrating upstream to spawn. Look for them in rivers and streams, especially below dams, rapids, and other obstructions where they're staging or attempting to jump. Temperatures between 3 and 18 degrees Celsius are ideal for their migration. Standard salmon fishing gear, heavy spinning or bait casting rods, strong lines and row bags, spoons, or large flies will be your best bet. Remember, some rivers have specific regulations or closures during the run, so always check local guidelines. And let's not forget walleye tup. These tasty critters will be found on transitional areas. Think deeper flats adjacent to shallow feeding grounds or along the edges of current seams in rivers. As the water cools, they become more active in chasing bait. Jigging with a live minnow or a soft plastic, or slow trolling with crankbaits that dive to the relevant depth will be your best bet. Concentrate on areas where structure meets open water. Now let's break down the conditions for September 23rd, 2025, because understanding the why is just as important as the what. Weather. For much of Canada, particularly in the Great Lakes region, Toronto and Ottawa serve as good indicators. We're looking at a comfortable late summer, early fall day. Daytime high temperatures are expected to reach around 23 to 24 degrees Celsius, with cooler nights dropping to about 9 to 13 degrees Celsius. This daily swing from comfortable daytime warmth to crisp evening cool will invigorate fish. We're expecting a mix of sun and cloud with a 30% chance of scattered showers, so don't anticipate heavy rain. Barometric pressure, which was falling a couple of days prior, signaling a frontal system, should be stabilizing somewhat, creating generally favorable conditions for fish activity after the initial adjustment. Water temperature. In late September, water temperatures across Canada's vast network of lakes and rivers are in a significant cooling trend. While coastal waters might still see averages around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius in some areas, many inland lakes will be dropping below this, with some northern regions already seeing temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius. This steady cooling signals to many fish species that winter is coming, prompting them to feed heavily to build up reserves. It's a key trigger for that aggressive pre-spawn bite. Moon phase. On September 23rd, 2025, we are in a waxing crescent phase, with the moon being only about 1 to 2 days old and between 2 and 5.5% illuminated. While some anglers swear by specific moon phases, a waxing crescent, especially one so close to the new moon, is often considered a neutral period, or sometimes even a bit slow, in terms of lunar influence. However, with the strong biological drives this time of year, I wouldn't let the moon phase be a deterrent. General fish activity. The overall biological activity for fish in Canada during late September is generally high, especially for predatory species. This is the pre-spawn window where many fish are actively feeding to bulk up before their spawning rituals and the lean winter months. Species like Lake Trout, Salmon, Northern Pike, Walleye and Bass will be aggressively hunting, so don't let the cooler air deter you. The fish are hungry and often move into more accessible depths as the surface water cools. Considering all these factors, the comfortable, slightly rainy weather, cooling water temperatures, and the aggressive pre-spawn feeding, I'd give the overall fishing forecast for September 23rd, 2025 a solid good to excellent. The cooler conditions, southwesterly wind, likely moderate, and the biological imperative for fish to feed heavily before winter all align for a fantastic day on the water. So, my friends, that's the lowdown for September 23rd. I wish you all tight lines and ni kvosta ni cheshwi. May your nets be full and your spirits high. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more expert tips, and share your own fishing plans and observations in the comments below. What are you hoping to catch this fall, and what are your go-to lures in this pre-spawn period? Let's get that conversation going. See you on the water.